In this first tutorial, I'm going to focus on the input node. The input node is the first step we need to take in order to create a height map. There are 10 different noise types available in Infinito, and I'm not going to show you what each of these noises does, as these are already explained in the manual, and I'm rather concentrating on the parameters and common properties that they share. I'm going to choose a below noise type, and for example I'm going to work on the frequency. The frequency decides the wavelength of our noise map, and so increasing this value will produce a more chaotic and repetitive pattern, while having a very low frequency will produce a smooth and a sort of zoom in effect. Then we have the lacunarity. Lacunarity is technically controlling the frequency multiplier between each octave, and translated in English this means that higher lacunarity values are producing a more grainy and detailed output. Then we have the quality slider, which has three possible values: low, standard, high. You don't get much feedback from the preview, but believe me that using standard or high quality values is going to give a much better result when you are terraforming. And so I suggest that you just set this slider at the center or at the right, which means best quality. Another parameter that affects quality is the number of octaves. If we are going to use only one octave, we are getting a very funny result, but I suggest that you try this as well, because it's a very nice looking terrain, and perhaps in some occasions you are going to need it as well. And if I increase the number of octaves, as you notice, I'm going to increase also my noise map detail. And so you will have to experiment which level of octaves it's more suitable for your terrain. And then we have the persistence. The persistence sets the roughness of our noise map. And so low values means a smoother noise map, while higher values means a more rough terrain. As I said earlier, the noise types share some common properties. However, there are some noise types that just have one or perhaps two sliders available. And this is because, for example, checkerboards, cylinders, and spheres, they just need a frequency slider to increase or decrease their wavelength. And just as an example, the multifractal noise is missing the persistence and displacement sliders because are not part of this particular algorithm, but they do have it does have three additional properties that you can eventually experiment and change. And then we got also the Gabor convolution or the Voronoi, which are very particular noise types. And the Voronoi has this displacement slider that enable to have a sharper or smoother alteration of the noise map, and also we have also the Gabor convolution, which is quite a slow noise map to render, but it's one of my favorites, and it comes also with the isotropic or anisotropic checkbox. And there is also one button that I didn't show, and is the recede. The recede noise map button just scramble the noise map again so that you get different seed values, and this means that I'm going to lower the persistence a bit, otherwise I'm not getting the output I want. And if I click the recede noise map button, you see that in practice I am changing the location of the noise map to a new one, and so I'm getting a new output. Okay, that was the input node.